In today's video, the Branson Fam is going to tell you about our experience at the new Thunder Ridge Arena. This amazing crowd and concert was awesome, but we want to tell you the whole story in case you are considering attending an event at Thunder Ridge in the future. As you can see, the opening concert was Garth Brooks and the crowd was right at 20,000 people. It was quite an experience.
The Garth Brooks concert was the first major concert hosted at Thunder Ridge Nature's Arena. There were 4 shows on 4 nights. We attended the last of the shows on October 2nd, 2022. We had plenty of friends that had attended the prior shows to ours, and they had told us that the traffic was a problem. We'll get into that a little more later on. We paid for parking in what was called the Fruit Farm parking lot, which was located across Highway 65 from the arena. After hearing the horror stories of long lines for the buses, we were actually able to park, walk to the bus loading area, load a bus immediately, then wait for the rest of the buses behind us to get loaded before we were escorted by police on the opposite lane of traffic to the arena.
As our charter bus was taking us down the main entrance of Thunder Ridge Nature's Arena, it was hard to not be in awe of the natural beauty present. Johnny Morris and Bass Pro always do an amazing job of balancing nature and modern practicality. As our bus came to a stop, we saw where we would be loading back on the buses after the show. The distance you have to walk from the bus unloading area to the arena would be a concern for any disabled person, and we would highly suggest booking through their ADA system if walking a mile or so would be a challenge for you. After hearing the horror stories of how long it took people to get in the arena on Friday, we were pleasantly surprised that it took us 37 minutes to go from the time we hit traffic on Highway 65 until the moment that we entered the fan zone, which is a pre-show area with a ton of activity. Bass Pro put out an apology to the fans at the Friday night concert. They said that the charter bus company that they hired to bus people got called to Florida last minute for emergency aid and relief due to Hurricane Ian. Our timing might have just been lucky, but we can only speak to how quickly it took for us to enter and exit on the day of the concert.
To enter the fan zone, we had to have our digital tickets ready, and security thoroughly checked our belongings. As you see clips of the fan zone, we will give you a few tips that we picked up from our experience. Tip 1. Make sure you look through the rules before you enter. Their security check wasn't allowing anyone to sneak by with items that were not allowed. These items included any form of chair or cameras, so make sure that you know what you should or should not have before trying to enter the arena. Remember, it could be quite a long trip back to your vehicle, and walking all the way back to your car could be a really long, annoying waste of valuable time. Tip 2. Our tickets came through Ticketmaster. We highly suggest that you either download them ahead of time, or for us iPhone users, we added them to our wallet on our phone. The reason you want to do this is because you might not have internet available as you enter. The issue is not the service, because we had full reception bars on our phone the entire time. The issue is the amount of people that are flooding a cell tower all at the same time. If you've ever been to a professional athletic event, it's a very similar situation. Tip 3. Arrive about as early as you can. You're paying for the entire experience, and missing part of it because you're late kind of stinks. 20,000 other people are doing the exact same thing, and it can feel like you're really lagging behind if you aren't early.
As you've seen, the fan zone is quite a unique experience thanks to the combination of a big-time concert and Bass Pro's own personal touch. There was a DJ playing music, and Power 96.5's Jay Foch was emceeing. At what other concert are you going to see NASCAR vehicles, giant inflatable fish, cornhole boards, kayaks, side-by-sides, and even a good-sized tortoise at the conservation booth? Thunder Ridge will be hosting many bull riding competitions, and if you wanted to, you were able to test your skills on a mechanical bull.
Our tickets were in the section known as the Grass Hill. We, along with about 10,000 new friends, lined up as the gates opened, and shockingly, that many people filtered in very quickly. There was a food truck on our way right before we crested the top. The view from the gate itself is absolutely breathtaking. It is at that very moment you're positive that this place is going to be special someday. Not very many places in the world can offer what Johnny Morris is doing at Thunder Ridge. The potential is absolutely off the charts. The hill section is first come, first serve. You try to find a spot and plop down your blanket and other belongings to claim your seat. As you can see, there are pathways that people are not allowed to sit on. Since it was just Paul and I, we were able to get a pretty good spot near the middle of everything. Not too shabby, eh?
There were a ton of food and beverage options. What you can see in this clip has a mirror image on the opposite side of the stage as well. The prices were high on the food, but not insanely high. We don't tend to drink, but the prices of adult beverages did seem pretty steep to us. I got a delicious brisket mac and cheese, fries, and water for a little over $20. Jamie got a walking taco for $8 and added a bottle of water for an additional $4. The bathrooms were all in the form of porta potties, but there were plenty of them and they were clean. We never once waited in line to use the restroom. Hand washing stations were available outside the restrooms. Before the air show, Branson's own, the Pearsons, opened up the concert. Their family is truly amazing, and I attended college with a couple of them and can vouch for just how kind they really are.
The air show itself was almost worth the price of admission. The first pilot you're seeing is Joe Shetterly, and he is flying in a homemade plane. We are only going to show you some highlights from this amazing stunt pilot.
In this clip, he makes it appear as if his plane is stalled out and is out of control. Then he regains speed and takes back control of the plane before performing a lot more stunts. In this clip, Rifle Joe Shetterly goes from 30 miles an hour to 165 miles per hour in 2.5 seconds. Then he finished this section with 3 complete barrel rolls. After the single pilot performed tricks, the Aeroshell aerobatic team came in a squad of 4. They performed incredibly dangerous stunts in AT-6 Texan planes that first appeared in 1938. Now sit back and enjoy these incredibly talented and courageous pilots doing what they love.
The air show concluded with Joe Shetterly circling a parachuter with an enormous American flag attached to him. The Petersons returned to the stage to sing God Bless America and the national anthem as the parachuter descended.
Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above, from the mountains to the prairies to the oceans white with gold. God bless America, my home sweet home.
Then it was time to welcome Garth Brooks to the stage. We can't show you much of the concert, but if you asked us if Garth Brooks killed it, we would say... ever curious to know what Garth Brooks' 100-yard dash time is? Feel free to pull out a stopwatch.
Garth Brooks still has it and knows how to have a good time. And we still don't have it. But Trisha Yearwood certainly still has it. We loved how Garth took a back seat to his incredibly talented wife when she joined him on stage.
So hardcore, I'm falling. When it comes to brains, he got the short end of the stick. But Kennedy's young and rich, she just don't care. She follows Tommy anywhere. She's in love with the boy. She's in love with the boy. She's in love with the boy.
They put on an unbelievable show, and if you ever have a chance to see Garth Brooks or Trisha Yearwood, you should jump at the opportunity. But all good things had to come to a close. We had to get back in time to put our kiddos to bed, so unfortunately we did not wait until it was dark for the fireworks. Our trip out of the arena was identical to our trip into the arena. It took us 43 minutes to walk out of the arena to the point that we were safely out of traffic and on our way to grab our kiddos.
If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe to our channel for similar videos. Until our next adventure, we'll catch y'all later.